filming a fall video with my Christmas mug, so what are you gonna do? Hi guys, welcome to today's video. So today I wanted to do a fall makeup look using only drugstore makeup. So it's almost Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure this is gonna go up the week of Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving's my favorite, second to Christmas. But the reason I love Thanksgiving so much is because I feel like Thanksgiving is Christmas without the stress, without the shopping, without the Black Friday, and it starts the minute Thanksgiving is over. So that's why I kind of just love Thanksgiving. So I wanted to do a really warm, beautiful fall makeup look, but I wanted to kind of challenge myself to do it all with drugstore makeup because I wanted you guys to be able to go out and get anything I use without feeling guilty that you're spending a ton of money. So yeah, that being said, I'm going to bring you through everything. It's going to be a little bit on the glam side, so feel free to tone it down if you don't want to go this dramatic. But yeah, that being said, I'm going to get started and bring you through the entire process, and I can't wait. Okay guys, so you know I love to start with eyes, so we're going to start with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I don't know why that's not focusing. There we go. This is in the shade Light Sand. I always want to start with the eyes, especially because I know we're going to do glitter. So I do not want the fallout to mess up our complexion. And once we're done, we're going to set this with a translucent powder. I'm going to be going in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus translucent powder. And we're going to press this in. And for eyeshadow today, we're going to be using the Pure Cosmetics Festival palette, and I wanted to use, so we're going to be using the shades Epic, Hidden Desert, and probably All Night. So Epic, Desert, and All Night. The reason I picked this one over anything else I had was because it was really warm, and that's kind of what I'm going for. It's not drugstore, but I'm pretty sure it's like $30-something. So I will be going in before we do our eyeshadow with our, I talked about these, or I will talk about these in another video, from Amazon. They're like eyeshadow guides, and I've been absolutely loving them because I just think they're so easy to use. They're made for the face. When you're doing a dramatic look and you really want to have that clean line, it is where it's at. We're going to go back in with Epic, and we're just going to start stamping this on our outer portion of our crease. Circular motions to blend everything out. And once we feel like most of the color is deposited, that's when I'm going to start bringing it into the center, just so it's not too overwhelming in the center. And then I like to, as we bring it in, we're going to kind of connect it to the right underneath that inside brow, touching that brow, I mean. Now that we have that transition down, we're going to go in with Hidden Desert. This is kind of a dark toasted burgundy reddish shade, and the first brush we used was the Morphe M573, and now we're going in on a Morphe M433. This one is a little bit more pinched, so it's going to let us kind of focus where we want this a little better. So we're going to take this, pack this right in our outside crease here. We're not going to take this one too high because we want that Epic shade to be the star of the show there. But we're going to deepen up that outer third. We are going to do a halo today. So now we're going to take this right on the inside. A good trick I always like to tell people is, so once you have that down, once you have your darker down, don't go crazy bringing this up and trying to blend these edges out with this, with that darker color, because that's when it's going to kind of get away from you and you're going to have too much on the brush and it's going to get darker and darker and higher. So switch back to that brush we used for Epic, and that is what we're going to use to blend out this darker tone. And see how this allows us to blend out that Hidden Desert without getting the Hidden Desert shade too high or muddy. So I always have two eyeshadow brushes on you, one for your transition and then one for your deeper. And now if you want to dip back into Hidden Desert and super low, you can kind of just get that pigment back to where it was before we blended it out. And now I'm going to actually dip into the All Night shade, that darker deep brown. Apologize, I need to kind of see a little bit closer here. Okay, so that is our All Night shade. Alrighty guys, now that we have our eyeshadow pretty much blended out, I'm gonna go ahead and remove our guides here. Ooh, wow, freedom. Okay. So yeah, that's why I love those guides, just to give you that nice, beautiful, clean line. I do like to take my finger like I'm doing and just kind of run over the edges to make sure everything isn't too harsh. Okay, now we're gonna take a little bit of our e.l.f. concealer and we're just gonna press this right in the center of the eye with a flat brush to make room for that glitter that's going to go in the center. Okay. A good trick is to deposit your concealer or your eyeshadow primer, put it right on the center of the lid, look up, down, and now where you have that line that just skipped it, that's how high you know you need to bring that concealer up. Now that we have our space in the center of the lids for our glitter, we're going to take, this is from Ace Beauty in the color Iced Latte. It's a really beautiful gold. And we're going to take this on our finger and press this right in the center of the lids. Oh my god. That is amazing. Now I'm actually debating, I was going to use the gold from the Festival palette, this loose, it's kind of like a pressed glitter, or I might use I have an e.l.f. glitter eyeshadow, and for the life of me, I can't find it. Where is it? You know what? I'm gonna use the Pure Cosmetics one. Okay, so we're gonna take that on our finger. I don't know how this is gonna go. I've never used this before, so we're gonna take that and press it right on top. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. I am gonna build it up. Yeah, I mean, that is beautiful. So now that our eyes are done, I'm actually gonna go in with lashes and mascara off camera. I'm going in with Lash Star lashes. They're really beautiful and they're big, but they're wispy and they're thin, so it doesn't, because I don't want it to cover too much of the eye makeup. For the life of me, I don't know what this cut is called. It doesn't say it anywhere. I wish I could tell you which kind it is, but it's not on here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pop on mascara and eyelashes and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I just popped on those lashes and now we're going to move on to complexion. So for primer today, the foundation I'm going to use is a little bit more on the matte side. So I'm actually going to go in with a glowy primer. This is by Milani. This is the Soft Focus Glow. I really like this primer too because I feel like it also kind of evens the skin tone out a little bit. And I'm definitely someone that has like a lot of redness and stuff, and I just feel like this does wonders for kind of diffusing the complexion a bit and really making things look blurred. For foundation today, we're going to go in with the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage. This is a beautiful drugstore foundation. I can't say enough good things about it. Have our dropper here, and we're just going to take a little bit, I do shake it, take a little bit of this on the back of our hand, and we're going to go in. This is one of my favorite drugstore brushes. This is the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending brush. Take a little bit of this, dot this around. Oh, and this is in the color, or the shade 20, Rose Beige. So I like to take my foundation on a buffing brush like this, and then once I feel like we have everything covered and everything blended out, I actually like to take my beauty blender and go on top of everything just to press it into the skin. I'll take what's left of the foundation on the back of my hand and just run over the skin just to press everything in, build up coverage. Now that we're done with that, we're actually going to do things a little bit different. So instead of going in with concealer first, we're going to go in and contour the face. So I actually don't know if they make this anymore. Ironically, there's still a new sticker on it. But this is the Wet n Wild Cushion Contour. I love this. If they stop making it, I'm very sorry. And I don't know why they did that. But it is amazing. So it had the little sealant there. And I don't know, I just thought this was so hydrating and so beautiful. It's really a shame if they did discontinue it. But it just, I think, adds such beautiful glow to the skin. I'm going to take this under the jaw. Okay, so now that we have that deposited on the skin, we're going to take our Beauty Blender and just run over everything, just to make sure everything is blended out nice and even. Okay, now that everything is blended, we're going to go in with our concealer, which we're going to use our e.l.f. Camo, which I believe I told you guys this is the same as what we used on our eyes, the light sand. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you. Wait, before I jump ahead. Okay, if you guys are struggling with dark circles, I cannot recommend this enough. This is the Catrice Camouflage Cream. So inexpensive, but if you have dark circles, I have tried so many different color correctors, and to be honest, color correctors in and under the eye really tend to crease. This does not. I always go ahead and take it on my ring finger, and you're going to take this and just pack this right on the inside of the under eyes here. So, I mean, look at that difference. It's beautiful. And when I tell you this thing does not crease, it does not crease. It's as good as a concealer, but it's a color corrector. So now we're going to take our e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer and do our under eyes first. I like to take this down the sides of the nose. Another reason recently I've been into doing my contour first is because starting with your contour and having your nose contour down and then bringing your concealer up, it almost acts as that baking powder, how you'll use sometimes to carve out that nose contour without having to put powder there, which is great because, you know, we love powder, we love setting the makeup, but the less powder we use, the better. Okay, now that our concealer is blended out, we're going to go ahead and set everything. So today we're going to set our liquids with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus powder. And we're going to take our powder puff with that setting powder and press this powder into the skin. There's really not that much powder on here because I don't want this to be heavy. Go ahead and set the rest of our face with this. Now I'm just going to go over with the CoverGirl Clean Fresh powder. This is from the Clean Fresh line. This is in the shade 120. I like to take this, a little bit of this, and it almost acts as a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder. And I like to go over here because it brightens as well, but gives us a little bit more coverage. So if there's any place you want to set, but remove, or I'm sorry, build up any coverage, that is where to go. And it really just does make the skin look airbrushed perfect. And now we're gonna go back and intensify our contour a bit because we did lose a little bit of that with our setting powder, and I want to go ahead and just kind of, you know, bring it back to life a little bit. This is the Revolution, Color Revolution, Makeup Revolution, whatever the hell the name is. And this is the Mega Bronzer in, why we're not focusing, in 01 Cool. This one I really love because I think it's a great contour shade. It's a little bit more cool tone. So since we already did our cream contour with that warm bronzer, I like to go in with a cool tone just to sculpt a little bit more. I do love mixing. I think that's the key to a really beautiful sculpted face, is not being afraid to use two different colors when you're contouring. I always go in with one that's a little warmer, and I'm a little bit more liberal with that, where I really kind of warm up the whole complexion with it, just to give a warm, sunny tan look to the skin. But then I'll go in with something like this, which is more cool tone, and this is really, I pack this much tighter. I don't really sweep and go crazy with this. I pack this much tighter just to contour and shape out the face rather than add a bronze look. Okay, I love the way that contour is looking. Now we're going to move on to blush. This is the Milani blush in Tea Rose 08. I definitely like to take blush a little farther back. I'm not a big apple of the cheeks person because I think it rounds the face off a little bit too much. I bring this right kind of combined with their contour, but then back up on the cheekbone, almost like a highlight, because I think it lifts the face a little bit more than bringing the blush too centered. Okay, now let's go into highlights. This has to be one of the best highlighting palettes I've ever bought. One of the best makeup purchases, to be honest. This is from Revolution Beauty in the gold packaging. There's a silver and a gold. I think the silver is for deeper skin tones. This is more for your fair to medium. And there's no colors on this, but we're going to go in with the pinkish one. I mean, look at her. Okay, before we continue on, I'm going to fill our brows, which we're going to go in with the e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. God, the new ones don't have the name, and it drives me insane. I just bought a new packaging. The new one comes with the new packaging. Instant Lift Brow Pencils, what used to be on it. Now it's literally just a white brow pencil and says brow pencil. There's nothing specific. And another thing is I use the taupe shade. So I do have pretty dark brown hair, but I just like to go, it has a beautiful fine tip. I go a little bit lighter with it because I think brows can get hella dark pretty quick. And I just think the taupe shade is neutral enough that it beautifully blends everything out without being too dark. Okay, so I went ahead and smoked out the lower lash line. I did end up putting like a dark chocolate brown in my waterline, only about 75% of the way in, where I stopped smoking out that hidden desert color in the Pure palette. But because this is a Thanksgiving kind of fall funky look, I am taking that gold glitter and I'm pressing a little bit of it on top of our inner corner highlight. Because why not? It's only the holidays once a year, and I think that looks so cute. Okay, now for lipstick, we're going to take a liquid lipstick from Dose of Colors. This is in the color I had to switch the lip. I thought that lip was too corally. This is better. This is actually just the lip liner Sugar Pie by Morphe with gloss on top. I filled in the lips. I wanted something a little bit more brown. It was reading too coral. Now we're going to go ahead and set the face. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh setting spray. This is only $12, I think, which is kind of insane for ColourPop. I think it's amazing. That is it, guys. I think we are all done. She is beat. She is ready for fall. I had so much fun making this video for you guys today. comment down below or even DM me on Instagram. Share me your fall looks, what you guys are doing for Thanksgiving. I had so much fun doing this fall tutorial with you using only Drugstore makeup. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel. If you are already subscribed, please hit that notification bell and you will get notifications every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every week when I post. Follow me on social medias and yeah. This was a lot of fun, guys. Until next time, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'll see you next time. Bye.